Welcome to Advantage Business Institute Tax Lien Investing course. Those of you who may be joining this course may have been introduced to this course by ambassadors or resellers of this course who actually is sponsoring this course through the Google Classroom. So I want to send a shout out to all of those who are sponsoring this course to get this information across to a lot of people from one particular platform. So I'm gonna actually be going over the instruction of the course, showing you guys how to actually get in and find some of the information that you're going to be looking for, some of the videos that you're going to be actually attending, as well as some downloads that is going to be very, very important in relation to these tax lien investing strategies. If you heard of tax lien properties at all, it's likely going to be in the context of like popular late night infomercials or implying through tax sales, as some sort of secret investing strategy where there's no competition and the pickings is pretty easy. That's the way it was really explained years ago when I was actually jumping into the tax lien investing on the information side, being able to try to gather up a lot of information. So if that's what you believe, I'm afraid I can't tell you that firsthand, because there's plenty of competition at these tax sales these days. Unlike our strategy is a little bit different than others. The good news is, despite the seriousness in the competition for the good deals, this real estate investing strategy that we have kind of like push you where you don't really have a whole lot of competition, because people really don't know about what we're doing in relation to actually finding these tax lien properties and being able to get them, some of them pennies on a dollar. But it can be very, very rewarding, and your efforts that you put in it going to pay off tremendously. Investing in tax liens and acquiring properties through these tax sales is a highly effective way to build a big, profitable portfolio, especially for your business and or for yourself. If you're willing to put forth a little energy toward developing a strategy and understanding your competition, then this course is actually going to work pretty good for you. You want to know your place. Many investors are kind of scared away from tax lien investing process because it sounds complicated. As I mentioned to some of my other students, this is a sector of the industry that will reward any sweat equity and elbow grease you're actually putting into this stuff. Seeing people as well as myself be able to get a piece of property for a few $100s and actually sell it for a few $1,000s. So you can build up a nice portfolio, tax lien property portfolio inexpensively, and that's even as a passive investor if you choose. The barriers to enter is far lower in this sector than you would find in most other forms of passive real estate investing. That's going to require you to have a huge either backup plan or someone who's willing to put up a lot of money, or you're going to be putting up credit, having your credit ran. None of that is a factor in this right here. I like to categorize individual investors who want to invest in tax liens into two categories, and these two categories is going to be a redemption investor and property investor. Redemption investors is who have no interest in acquiring the properties and focus primarily on the earnings that's above the average return generated by property owners who's redeeming the liens on their properties. Give you a little insight on that. You focus due diligence on properties in states with high penalties and interest rates on the redemption of the property taxes. Select liens that have the highest chances of being redeemed, meaning paid off, rather than going into a foreclosure. I guess the best way to explain that is like some of these people who own homes that are valued at say $800,000, $1,000,000. Their tax is going to be $8,000 to $10,000 a year, easy. Well, these people may have forgotten to pay their taxes or whatever, but they're going to pay their taxes. The majority of them are. They're going to redeem them. So if you're trying to make, say for instance, you're in Georgia, who's paying 20% interest on your money, whether they're 1 day late or 364 days late. You're paying, say you're paying $10,000 on someone's property in Georgia for the taxes, and they was due on a Friday, and then that person comes in on Monday to actually pay. After you paid the $10,000 for them, then the state gonna make them pay the $10,000 you put in plus $2,000 in interest that they owe you. So you're making that over a weekend, but they're gonna pay 20% from 1 day to 364 days, and after those 364 days, going into a year. Once it becomes a year and a day, they don't no longer owe you 20%. Now they owe you 30%, and it goes up to 40%. So that's what our redemption investors are. Property investors are. Their goal is to eventually take ownership of the property because the current owner's failure to redeem the tax lien. These property investors probably make up to about, I think, 60% of all individual tax lien buyers in the industry, somewhere up in there, maybe a little bit higher, give or take. There are a lot of details that factor into which liens a property investor will buy in each additional state. The decision will usually hinge on the individual's investor specific real estate strategy. Some people have different strategies. Some people are actually purchasing these tax liens to actually build on them. Some of them have homes already on them, so they're gonna go in and rehab them, put them back on the market to rent or for sale. So everybody have a different strategy when it comes to that. In general, any real estate investor hoping to own property, whether it's purchasing a tax lien, they should focus their efforts in states with short redemption periods and favorable foreclosure law that increase the odds of and ease of taking ownership of the property once the debtor fails to pay their taxes. And if that's what you're actually into, Florida is a little bit more technical than any other state that I know. When it comes to that, they're gonna actually, in Florida, unless you're doing OTCs, but if you're a tax lien investor, when it comes to purchasing the tax lien certificates to be able to get that interest off, and you're hoping that they don't pay, they don't redeem. What Florida would do is Florida gonna put that property back up for auction to try to get you your money. Don't nobody, pick up the property during that auction, then you can get the property. So Florida is a state that it's a iffy. I only try to do tax deeds auctions in the state of Florida, which you're gonna see those in this course as well. But in addition to like individual investors buying properties using tax lien strategies, it's also several additional categories of investor operating, in the tax sale industry. Some people will tell you that it's not really, but it is. You're gonna have like the institutional tax buyers, the intermediate buyers, and then you're gonna have the service providers. A lot of people, even like a lot of real estate agents, brokers, they're not even familiar with this particular type of sector because that's not what what they're learning when they're going about getting their license. Let me explain to you like a institutional tax buyer. Usually they have budgets of more than say like $2 million and represent funds or other business entities investing in large volumes of these liens. So they may be working with private lenders who backing them up on investments like this. We have a lot of private lenders within this course, as you're going to see in a few minutes when we go in. Let me get back. So the intermediate buyers, they tend to operate in the space between $1 and $2 million budgets, and they may be it may be individual buyers, although the individuals tend to have a smaller budget, close to like 1 million, or business entities or investment funds, so to speak. The third one, which is the service providers, they represent both the individual and institutional tax buyers at tax sales. My company is in position. McGill Company is getting ready to be in position to serve as a service provider. Although I have also done, a lot of individual deals on tax lien properties myself as well, but we're transitioning to actually become a service provider ourselves. To give you a little insight on that as well, I find that being able to identify the various type of buyers at a tax sale, and by extension, you're able to make a educated guess regarding their bidding and their purchasing strategies, especially when you're out in the field. Back, a few years ago, when we actually would be out there in the field at the homes, placing bids, you want to be able to distinguish the type of person based on their bidding, whether or not they got someone backing them up or not. It's equally important to be able to know be able to recognize how educated that person is on what they're doing. Do your guess regarding when it comes to their bidding and their purchasing strategies. And it's just as equally important, if not more important, having the due diligence on all properties themselves, if they got that, if you have that. You don't want to spend hours or days in due diligence only to have a less than 1% chance of winning a bid. Nobody wants to do that. I'm trying to position myself, if anything, to be able to give myself at least 30% chance on winning the bid. Knowing the habits and the preferences of your competition, it can save you a lot of time and money. You have to try to keep your eye on people. It's no different than when you're out and about every day and you're hanging with a group of people, and it's something just ain't right about a particular person that you feel like you don't want to be in the midst of them. Those same feelings and emotions that you get, you're able to look at people as well that's doing these biddings to be able to determine their strategies. If a person is looking at a particular piece of property, he don't have no problem taking the money up $1,000 or $10,000 over the following bidder. If you know that person there from the probably is not carrying that kind of weight, then 9 times out of 10 he got somebody backing him up. So you want to really learn that, and then try to fit into the equation. But as you read through the type of tax liens and understand the type of tax lien investors that you may be dealing with, whether it's institutional tax buyers, intermediate buyers, service providers, as you go in and you actually build up a little strategy based on that, you get accustomed to seeing at the auction. You probably thought you recognize yourself in some of them people, some of those categories. You see, like, man, they bidding like I would bid. So you're actually recognizing yourself in that person. But for example, you got certain states that are better for fix and flip. Investors buying tax liens and then they buy and hold. You have the buy and hold investors, and vice versa. On the other hand, some investors, as I mentioned, simply want to build a big portfolio of rental properties. Tax lien properties tend to be perfect fit for renting demographics. They also tend to be, how can I put it, in the starter home and the more affordable tiers of the market, I would say. So in short, they make perfect rental properties, especially during a time like right now. This is a seller's market that we're in right now. But if you know how to buy them at the right price and then leverage that ownership productively and quickly, you're gonna win. Those are the people who's gonna win, the ones who's able to do that. But I will say that tax lien investing is one of the most flexible real estate investing strategies available to investors at all levels on income. I don't care how much money it is, whether it's a few thousands or a few hundred million. This particular strategy right here has been aging forever. This is a strategy that a lot of billionaires depend on. When you look at the numbers of it, I think it's about 10 billion expected dollar amount of all property taxes that go delinquent each year. Every year, you got about 10 billion dollars in property taxes that actually go delinquent every year. I think I want to say the number was like $426 billion was the estimated dollar amount of the total property taxes owed on state and local levels at any given time here in the United States. You know, that's a lot. What was the other one? I think it was 29 states in the United States that use tax liens to comply. To compel property owners to settle their unpaid tax debt. 29 states. DC, Washington DC, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. They also have these same tax lien sales. I've been purchasing property in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're going to actually have that in the course too, showing you how to be able to go about and purchase property in other areas, like such as Puerto Rico and St. Thomas or the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're also going to be educating you in this course. If you're a foreign national, we're going to show you how to purchase property here in the United States, as well as Canada. No other tax course or tax lien course is doing that, period. Not for the price that we give it, no way. I think the closest one was like $8,300 for their course, and they wasn't teaching at least not even half of what we're teaching, for sure. But those numbers are really crazy, you know. So, like I say, the tax lien investing it's one of the most flexible real estate strategies out there, you know. But anyway, now that you have an idea of where you fit in this equation, and who is going to be involved with those tax sales, especially like when you're doing since the COVID. A lot of states and a lot of counties are trying to go. They're trying to go online, making the auctions available online, where you can go online and purchase. Well, we have that in the course as well. But within this course, you're going to be able to explore just how to build your tax lien property portfolio and make a profit. Make as much profit as you can off these properties, because you're going to be getting them way below market value. But anyway, let me dive into this so I can explain to you this course and the functionalities of this course. It's a little bit different than where we was at before with Advantage. This platform right here is going to be a little bit more easier for us to actually reach out to the students and be able to see what the students are doing. If they need any help, they're able to make comments. A whole lot of stuff that they're able to do. But when you come in, after you pay to get in this course, whoever it is that's sponsoring the course for you, you're gonna get your login. You're gonna be added to this classroom, and when you're added to this classroom, if this is the one that you're gonna be in, because we're also gonna have a government contracting classroom as well. But this classroom is for the tax lien investing. You're gonna come here. You're gonna click on here, and it's gonna actually take you to the streaming. Right here. Any announcements that the teachers may have for you, it's going to be here. They're going to announce that to the class. A lot of this stuff here has been added. This is when they've actually been putting this course together. Anything that you see here is going to be alerts where you're going to have work due. Like if it's an assignment or something like that that's actually up, or if it's a video or something that's been added that you need to watch. Or it may be some particular properties that I may just be putting here for you to go look at. Maybe they have an auction that's coming up, that you want to go in. Or maybe you have someone who may be in partnership with you. You may have a family that you guys are gonna set up particular to auction, to bid at an auction, a live auction on properties, and you guys are gonna go in and bid with each other, to hopefully win the bid, and then you guys put your money together to actually purchase that particular piece of property. So right in this area right here, upcoming, this is where I will have a lot of that at. Up here at the top here, this is the streaming area right here. But here at the top where you see your classwork, you click on here for classwork. This is going to be the actual course itself. If at any given time, like if we having something's coming up, this Google Calendar right here is where you'll actually be able to see that at. If we got, say, we got a seminar, a webinar or something coming up, then that's where this will actually be at, right in here. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, anything that we will have going on will actually come up here in these calendars. We're actually going to have a webinar on May the 1st. That should be popping up here soon. That's going to be on that Sunday. So that alert going to come up here. It's going to be around about 3 p.m. Eastern time. So let me go back to the classroom. Here, this is going to be the class drive folder where we have a lot of stuff that's actually in the that's been uploaded for the class to be here in this drive. But the introduction right here for the course starts right here. This is where you're going to actually start at, coming through here, actually reading through the course, basically. Some of you guys, I know you're probably not going to actually go through reading this everything, because some of you have already learned that hold on, let me go back. Some of you have already learned that, hey, I'm finna go watch some videos, and that's fine. But at the same time, you still want to go through to try to learn this stuff. You need this, So hold on, let me get back over here. All right. Then you're gonna have some questions here. These are all the questions that you're gonna have in relations to the, what you just read over in this course. Down here, gonna have a little video here where you can actually come in and watch this particular video. This video is 29 minutes in the introduction. This is gonna go over tax lien and tax deeds, getting the knowledge of the game early. 3 questions, as I said. This is the next curriculum here. Borrowing tax liens is going to be talking about the real deal. This is the tax liens 101. 3 questions here. You got the pre-auction procedures, investing for yield versus property acquisition, which is what I just went over earlier. For the individuals who want to be actually going in and investing, where they can get the interest, make interest on the money, for the investments, or trying to acquire the property. This is locating your county list. I'm gonna go in and show you how to go into each one of these counties. Over 30,000 counties in the United States, showing you how to go in each one of them and actually find these properties that they have for sale. This curriculum goes over reading the tax sales list. A lot of information in here. I'm gonna actually have here. I'm gonna actually have a download to actually give you letters, where if you want to, not actually letters, but I'm actually gonna give you the know-how of the conversation that you would imply when you're calling these different counties to get the list on what to ask, so that you can speak their language. I'm gonna actually have that put together too and upload it in here. It'll be in the downloads, of course. This is going over the day of the sale. Several different things you're gonna concentrate on in this one right here, the day of the sale. This is gonna be for tax deeds, and then for your online auctions and stuff like that, tax deed auctions. This curriculum here is going over risks and how to avoid them. One of the things that I try to put people on is landlocked properties. I don't really like landlocked properties. I want to be able to get to my property. But some states, they reserve the right to keep you from crossing their property to get on your property. So you don't want to run into that. That's one of the major things that I be looking for. Then I be looking for a property that I really can't do anything with, or actually, why would I buy property that I can't do nothing with, and why would I buy it and hope to sell it to someone else who can't do anything with it? But I've run into properties that they tell me that, hey, you can't build on it, but you can plan on it. Sure, I probably would get that property for pennies on the dollar for sure. Okay, if that's the case, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me a farmer's number, and I'm gonna let the government pay me to grow crops on it. So that property is not gonna go into waste for me. It ain't a piece of property on the Creator's great land that I won't be able to find some type of use so that property can actually help take care of me in some way, form, or fashion. So yeah, so this is gonna go over risk and how to avoid them. This is gonna be the post-auction procedure, getting into the money of all of it. It's a lot of training and stuff that's going on up in here. These are the downloads. These are all my downloads in the area that you're gonna be going in. And below here is gonna be videos. You're gonna see videos popping up, as well as, matter of fact, this video here is gonna pop up here as well as an introduction to the students. But let me go in and show you some things about these valuable downloads, why I call them valuable. Click on these and it's going to open up. You're going to have the tax sales glossary actually go in, and it's going to actually go in and show you some of these words, that language and stuff that they actually be using you may not understand, such as like the bid down the interest rate, which is Florida has this, where when it gets down to the point for you and someone else to try to get this property, then you're gonna actually do a bid down. See, if Florida's 18%, they're gonna see who is willing to take 16% on their investments, and the other, and the other person takes the property, blase blase. But one person is gonna pay the other. Got that? Just a bunch of stuff here. Some of this stuff you guys gonna know. Some of you may not, and that's okay, but it's there for you. These are my ABCs, as when it comes to me going into I'm actually purchasing property. I don't care if you're purchasing property from home and you're doing it just in your spare time. It's always good for you to be able to contribute the time to develop a strategy, And as you see, my first thing is to decide what kind of investing I would like to focus on: tax lien investing or tax deed investing. Do you want consistent and dependable returns, or more creative real estate investment opportunities resulting in potential greater returns? So several different things that these are just my ABCs for what I do. And I put this here because it may be new to you. For some people it's not, and you may want a format or a formula so that you can go about deciding how you want to tackle this particular industry. Because like I said, for some of you it's going to be new. This is the 200-year-old secret. Is actually goes in and actually gives you a lot of information on tax liens, tax deeds. Much what you be seeing in the course is going to be covered in here as well. Just a shorter version, and then it's a little bit more friendlier than the actual course, the course itself. So you have that right here, knowing your tax lien and deed states. This is probably maybe the second most important thing they have here, because it's going to cover every state, telling you the type of tax lien they have, which is tax lien certificates, whether they do over the counter, which we call OTCs, right now, Alabama is in the process of starting online auction now. 3-year redemption, 12% interest. So that's 12% for every $1,000 you invest toward tax lien properties, or paying someone taxes. They guaranteeing you 12% a year on that property, on that investment. But it goes over all these different states to familiarize yourself with the states and how they work. Mississippi, I buy a lot of property in Mississippi. So they paying 18%. They got 2-year redemption. Maryland, 6 months redemption. They our county is based on the county, from 8 to 20% interest on your money. I got every state in here just about that. We have every state in here that's available for you, so that you can know what it is. Now, some of these are tax deed states, but now, which is come right here. Those before may be tax deed and tax lien. Some of these states are tax lien and tax deed states. These are tax deed states. Here, as we're looking at Alaska, they're gonna be first come, first serve. Arkansas, California, Connecticut. It goes in and it's gonna tell you everything about these. Of course, like I was saying before, some of these states are tax deed and tax lien certificate states, so they're gonna be hybrid. If you see where it say they're a hybrid state, that means they do both. Florida's 18% interest, 2-year redemption. They have online auction. They have over-the-counter purchase. Florida's pretty good investment as well. Georgia, 1 year, 20% penalty plus 10% each sequential year until foreclosure is filed. So that's a lot of money you can make off property in Georgia. And then they pay, as I was telling you earlier, you can be 1 day late. You're gonna pay whoever paid them taxes 20% for that 1 day. So I like Georgia. But anyway, this right here goes on and gives you all the tax deed states. A lot of information. Here is my cheat sheet. It's basically it's a lot of pages, 64 pages, but it's a cheat sheet that we put together that is a breakdown of what we just actually looked at. But it's gonna actually go in and tell you the process of actually how and who to contact to be able to get this information. How to get these tax lien, how to get the list for the tax delinquent properties. Alabama, which is a 3-year redemption period, so there will be 3 years worth of properties that have already had a tax lien sold against them that you can look up. You look up these, you look up the sales results of the past 3 years and see who had a lien sold against the property. How to get your deed snatcher last minute list. That's what we want to call everybody who taking our course. We call them deed snatchers. We want to put a name out there, let them know that, hey, we about deeds. We snatching deeds. We property owners. That's what we looking at. So you got every state here. It's just a cheat sheet for me. From me to you guys, so that you can get all that together in a bundle. This is this area right here is it's what I call the new foreclosure opportunities. 23 pages here. It's going to actually go in and tell you everything about different properties, and it's just what we're doing is I call it a new foreclosure because that's what we're doing. We purchasing property directly from the states, or we actually going in purchasing the tax lien certificates so that we can foreclose and get the property, or we actually purchasing the tax deeds through tax deed auction. So I'm just going to give you some examples of some properties myself and some of my students or partners have actually got into. That's just the HUD VAST program here. I'm particularly more interested in providing homes for these people right here. The city provides incentives for landlords who provide apartments for homeless veterans, which are listed below. They're gonna give me $1,000 upfront landlord incentive for every apartment, and commercial SRO with the 1-year lease signed by a homeless veteran. So I'm gonna get $1,000 up front. Whoever I may have on my team as my broker to actually submit my units to the VA, they get a 15% broker bonus. 15% of the annual rent for the brokers who connect homeless veterans with linked apartments or units that can be subsidized under the HUD badge. So if you got a wife, sister, children, anybody like that, instead of you going directly to the VA yourself and saying, hey, I got some homes available, you get you somebody that's going to come in with you as well. You see what I'm saying? Because they getting 15% of that annual rent per year. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that I really would push toward. Especially you're looking at the fact that, say for instance, okay, you're getting $1,200 a month, which is $14,400 a year for the homeless vets, and the VA is paying 15% of that per year to that broker. That's what, $2,160 they getting up front, because they getting 15% of the annual rent from that individual signing that lease. So that's a family member, that's a wife, that's a husband or whoever, partner, that's getting that $2,600. Well, I mean $2,160. Well, what can I do with $2,160? Well, I can tell you, I can go get me two lots for sure to put a 1-bedroom, 1-bath on. Now I got 2 more units to put 2 more vets in. That's gonna be bringing me how much? $1,200 a year. I mean a month. $1,200 a month. So let's look here. Also, I'm gonna give you access to rental guarantee fund up to $3,000 per year for landlords who house veterans to cover potential damage to their apartment, as well as assist with the payment of rental areas as needed. Okay. Maximum rent per family. One, $1,256 a month. I wouldn't rent to a Section 8. I strictly be doing, everything I'll be doing would be with a homeless vet, and I ain't got to look for the vets. Okay, so let me get into this part here. The tax sale online auction. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me go back. Yeah, I go here. This is the tax sale online auctions. Here, every link here, every one of these, we got a link here with the date of when they finna have, or when they had these auctions, and you'll be able to see the calendar over the ones that they actually have coming up when you click on those. But let's say, for instance, you went to, let's say Florida. When you come here, you click here. It's going to bring you over to Florida's actual signed up for you to be able to attend their tax deed auctions. So you can register here, but you also can come here and you can look at the auction calendar. So on April the 4th, they had a sale. Now May, they got a sale coming up on the 2nd. Yeah, right here. This is a tax deed auction, online auction. These are the properties that they're actually going to have out there. This is the assessed value. The assessed value is always less than the market value. Opening bid started at $10,032.56. Me, myself, I want to see what it is that I'm actually finna have to bid on. So you guys going to learn how to do all this. So I click on this parcel ID. This parcel ID should take me over to the clerk's office so that I can see this particular piece of property. It's 85 by width, 137 in length. Click on where it says launch interactive map so we can get a better view of what it is that we actually looking at on this property. Okay, you're also going to learn this within these courses as well. When you go on these, we see that it's a single family residence over in Pensacola city limits. Alright, And so we want to see this property. So let's go to layers over here. Click on areas down here. And we want to click on the most recent one. So here's a home on this property. Right here. Alright, let's click on this camera and toggle to see the pictures of it. So here's this home right here that the bidding is going to start at $10,000 on. And according to the state, it has an assessed value of, what was it, $132,000. So the assessed value is always way less than the market value, you know. But so you're going to be able to see all of this within this course. I mean, I'm telling you, this course that we have we put a lot of effort and a lot of work into these courses so that you can be able to get the information that you need, you know, at any given time. Let's go ahead and look at April the 4th. This was sold. Okay, the amount sold to a third-party bidder. The opening bid was at $1,900. Well, let's say $2,000. Okay, it had an assessed value of $1,200. The amount they paid was $16,000. So that property. Let's look at this property and see what the deal was. All right, let me see. Go in here and see what type of investment this person actually made. Oh, let me first look and see if it was redeemed. No, it was sold. So let's look and see what type of investment that person actually made to be paying. Oh, okay, so it's raw land. Okay, so evidently they got plans with this particular piece of property to do something. Yeah, they got plans to do something with this property for them to pay little over half an acre of land. So, and this large of a piece of property, they can put 4 homes on this property easy. So somebody got some good plans. Somebody got a good deal. I can tell you that. You know. But so this property right here was redeemed. So if someone came back and paid the state the money that, you know, for the opening bid. So whoever it was owed $50,000 on this property. You know, let's look and see what this property look like. It's got to be a nicer home for them to have owed that much money in taxes. And they redeemed it. Layers. That's this home right here. Let's look at it and see what this. Oh, that ain't too much of nothing, that I would say. So evidently the family ain't want to let it go. So they come up with the money for this. You know. I don't know. Yeah. They see something in it I don't see. That's for sure. So the family, they redeemed it. The family wasn't trying to let this property go back. But anyway, yeah, so when you're actually coming through here, you're going to actually learn how to do all of this for all over the country within this course. This course got a lot of information in here. Okay, so you got... Alright, so those are the auctions. You got different states. These are tax deed auctions where you're going to actually pay the taxes that are due total. That's where the bidding is going to start at for those properties, you know, those tax deed auctions. Okay. This is the... Okay. This is going to be the over-the-counter redemption and land bank list. A lot of y'all going to spend time on this right here. Man, this is right here is where the bread and butter is at. You know, let me go down here and show you, for example. Let me go to Louisiana, over here in Baton Rouge. Show you how wild this is. Okay, So I want to go to look at the inventory. I'm gonna wrap this up in a little bit. I only want to spend about an hour on this stuff. You know, taking you guys so you guys can actually see what you're going to be going into. And understand why this course is so valuable to you, and you'll be able to see that the amount of money you're paying for this course is really an understatement for the information that's provided. Some of you guys, I'm pretty sure, even realtors, look at here. Everything in the yellow is structures. Everything in the green is actually land. And there's properties everywhere. Look at here. Everywhere. You know, so, and this is 194,813 properties. They everywhere. You know, so I mean, you can't. You think about it. You're not finna. You ain't gonna go to another course and get this information. I'm gonna tell you that right off the rip. You know, I don't see where you're gonna be able to get it at. You know, let me go ahead, show you some homes where you can take advantage of programs and stuff, and you know, being able to see. Let me see here. Available buildings. Now that's gonna give me the PDF. I don't want that. Yeah, let me go here. Interactive map. Yeah, somewhere like this is up in Albany County, New York. Properties here. Here you go a home here. They're asking $8,000 for that home. This sold for $600. A piece of property here sold for $600. Asking price on this home is $25,000. This property here is $600 for a lot. Here's another piece of property. They're asking $5,000 for this right here. Here's another one. They're asking $1,500 for this one. It's been sold already. This one is sold. This lot been sold. This home is sold. They sold this home for $8,000 right here. Somebody's gonna go in there and actually rehab that. Yeah, so let's take a look at this and see. So it was sold. Yeah, somebody gonna come through here and they're gonna dump some money in here. They're gonna fix this thing up. They got it for $8,000. Okay. Estimated tax balance paid by buyer. Amount finalized at closing $4,370.21. Oh, not bad. Yeah. Here got one here for sale for $5,000. Here go one for $5,000. Current assessment. Current assessment here is $15,000. They just telling you what what they see so far. You need to put in this house to get this house back to where it need to be at. $15,000. Here they say they only need to be $5,000. This look like a commercial. This look like commercial to me. I know these residential here. $15,000 assessment. They're asking $96,000 for this one. It look like it's in pretty good shape. But yeah, this is what you're gonna be learning in this course. You're gonna actually be going through here. Finding properties everywhere through this, especially land bank is a beast. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right here, very, very valuable. Download. I have a link actually hidden here where it says Twine downloadable database. I actually have a link hidden here in these words. You can't see it, but if you click on it, it's going to open up here. These are all the OTCs, over the counters. These are all the properties that are actually for sale from Baldwin County. Here, Baldwin County, Alabama. These are all the properties for sale. Let's go to a major city like Mobile and see what we got. These are all the properties that they have in Mobile. 178 pages that look just like this. So imagine how many properties on this list. You know, a lot of them. So, you can come here. You're going to be able to see a whole lot of different properties. Let's click on Georgia. All these are properties in there for Georgia, counties for Georgia. You can actually, when you're going through the course, you're going to actually see and be able to learn how to actually go through the county or the state for your particular area and actually get these OTCs if that state provide OTCs. You know, you're going to actually be able to go and do that. Okay. That's what this area right here consists of. Alright, let me go back over here. Alright, so that was over. Okay, now here. This is the Foreign Investors Guide to Tax Lien Wealth. This is a very, very important information that I got put aside for individuals. You know, this is going to be handling tax sales outside the United States. This is going to be Canada, telling you everything. We're going to be covering Canada. We're going to be covering the Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam. And then it's going to go into the Canada, Canadian strategies. It's telling you everything you need to know about being able to purchase property in Canada, how to attend the tax sales, how to obtain that property. It's going to even go in. Then later we're going to go in here and you're going to go in and be able to see how to purchase property in Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, as well as Guam. This is the U.S. territory profiles, which is going to be Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, Guam. And it's going to go over everything, telling you how to be able to acquire property like that. Nobody else is giving this information out. I tell you that. We're the only ones that are giving this information out like that, especially for the price that we're giving it out for. So it's a lot of information here. When you join this course, I promise you, you will not regret it. But you also do not want to miss it. You know, just being honest with you. Now, to top it off, let me go here. For all of you that wants to actually, let me see, how can I put this? Okay, I can't put it in. For all of you who want information as far as these lenders, let me show you what some of these private lenders are actually doing, so you'll be able to see. This is a ITIN full doc, 90% loan to value, no visa, no FICO needed, cash out eligible. No banks doing that. Here's a DSCR, 75% loan to value. This is based on rent. 75% loan to value max for investment properties. No tax returns and no visas. Bank statements, 80% loan to value, no visa, no FICO, cash out eligible. Look at this, 1 year 1099. If you need that, you need to be contacting Trinis or Katrina for that. Might be a couple more people who are resellers of these courses that can actually provide you with this to be able to get these type of properties. 90% loan to value max, $3.5 million max, 660 minimum FICO score, meaning your middle score need to be at least 660. 85% loan to value cash out. Can't beat that. No banks doing this. 1 year tax returns right here. 90% loan to value. For every 100,000 you need, they putting up 90. Can't beat that. 60% minimum FICO score. 3.5 million max cash out eligible. That's one company. I mean, when you come in here, man, you get that. All you gotta do is learn how to find the properties. we got people here that, and wait till we get to these lenders. We got people here that's gonna actually get you what you need. Let's see. Man, I'm gonna go down the page around the 80s. The 80s is really where they started at for the matrix. Show you guys something. I mean, these are loans for prime mortgages. All these are private lenders. They're either direct lenders or they private. USDA. Let's look at this company here. I like them. Addis Capital Group. Owner occupied non-prime. This means that you're gonna be living in the home. 350 to 750 credit FICO scores. Loan to values up to 90%. DTI up to 55%. That's your debt to income. No liquid cash reserves, okay. Jumbo up to 5 million. Profit and loss only programs, they okay. 1099 only programs, okay. K1 only programs, okay. VOE only programs, okay, which is verification of employment. Check stubs only. 12 to 24 months bank statements, okay. First time home buyer, okay. Never price add on for jumbo loans. ITIN with or without work visas. So you can be a foreign national, get these loans. You ain't got to be from this country. 100% gift funds, okay, and gift for equity is okay. No banks doing this shit. None. Over here, non-owner occupied, non-prime. This is for business purposes only. This is if you're going to be actually getting property that you're going to actually rent out, or you're going to be building property to sell. 550 to 75 FICO scores. See, they see here. See our bridge product for FICO scores down to 350. 100% of these loans are NIV, no income verified. 100% of the loans. Foreign national, most aggressive LTVs available. No DSCR available. Vacant properties, okay. Short-term rentals, okay. SFR, single family resident being used as a care facility, okay. No impound option available, okay. Up to 3-point rebate, okay. Condo tails, okay, like a hotel. No warranty condos, okay. Jumbo loans up to 4 million, okay. Gift of equity, okay. First time investors, okay. First time home buyers, okay. This is your go-to right here. Companies like this. This is what you want. First time investor, okay. First time home buyer, okay. This is who you looking for. You're looking for these type of lenders. You can't find these in banks. Ain't no bank in America finna finance you to build a fourplex with a 300 some credit score. Tell you that right off the rip. Let me show you something. In this category right here is the FICO that's required, which is your middle score. Right here is the number of units that they will finance you for. Right here in this category is your LTVs, the loan to value, and then the amount that they will loan up to. So let's go down this list, and we're looking for somebody who may have a 400 credit score and see what they can get. All right, let's go here. Okay, here's one with a 300 credit score. Work visa, no credit. Right here. Owner occupying, vacation, or non-owner occupying. That's what that is. Let's zoom in a little bit. So, owner occupying, vacation, that's an OVN. Owner occupying, vacation, or non-owner occupying. You see all that is from right up here. Explain these acronyms up here. But here's a 300 credit score required. They do from 3 to 4 units. Meaning they're not going to finance you to build 1 or 2 units. They're financing you to build at least 3 units, no more than 4, with a 300 credit score. Over here to the right. All collateral allowed. Buy your land. Use your land as collateral. Man, you're not gonna get this anywhere else. No banks are gonna do this. And there's plenty. I mean, these 640 credit scores, 680s, 620s, 600s, 300. We're seeing some up here 500 in the 500, 575, 700, 750, 500 credit scores. You know, again, you're not gonna get this anywhere else. All right, let's go back. And then here is going to be videos. This is where your videos are going to be at. You know, most of the information you're going to be needing right here. How to's is going to be right here in the videos. You're going to be able to click here and watch this particular video. This is a 3-minute video. The next one is a 31-minute video. This video here will be uploaded, which is going to be right at an hour. You know, so that's basically what I wanted to do, is come in on this side to be able to show you guys how you know, this goes about. Here in this area, you can go in and view your work. You'll click this to view your work. Anything that was assigned, returned, and missing, you're going to be able to see that here. Here you'll be able to go in and actually see other students in the class, you know, that you can share something with, make comments to, or actually question other students in the class. You know, blase. You know, it's going to be more like a classroom here. So anybody may be in the class at that particular time that you're actually on your course, doing your course. You know, that you can ask questions or whatever, or you may share information, or you know, however. You know, so it'll actually show you other people that's in the class at that particular time. But anyway, that's what I wanted to go over and show you guys. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Look forward to seeing you in the class. Look forward to seeing you also being able to get some of this property and actually put it to work, create some of this generational wealth. All right, everybody have a good day.